Dating is completely dead. Dating in America is dead, and I don't recommend you get into it. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a lot of other issues. I think that in 2026, the best thing you can do is just be single. The reason being is most people really don't want to be in relationships. We're living in a time right now where, as much as people may try to entertain dating, entertain marriage, deep down inside, most people are not fit to be in a marriage in today's day. Dating is a problem. People don't trust one another. People are nervous. They're scared. And I think that the reason why the majority of people don't want to date nobody in today's day is because people have been doing this for so long and they went through so many trials and tribulations in terms of makeups, breakups. This person cheated on them. This person lied. And it's like they've been through all of these things so much so now it's like, why would I invest my time now? Why would I give my all? Most ladies are literally telling themselves, I'm done. I don't want to be in a relationship no more. I'd rather be single. Most guys are like, I'm never getting married. This is the kind of conversation that I see on social media all the time. Now, keep in mind, guys, I'm a man who is married. I'm a man who have a wife. I have 4 daughters. When I pretty much got with my wife, we were teenagers. It is what it is. We got married young. And I think I made the right decision at that time. Unfortunately, for most people today, a lot of you missed that opportunity. And you're in a time right now where dating and relationships is totally different from the mindset I had back in the day. See, back in the day, I was intentional with everything. Even till today, I'm still intentional. The whole point is, when it comes to dating and relationships in today's day, it's very difficult to even get a woman to want to be on board to be in a relationship because there's so many opportunities, there's so much distractions, there's so much choices all over social media that it becomes problematic. And I think that a lot of people are insecure, a lot of people are superficial, a lot of people are selfish in their walk. They really don't have anything to offer in a relationship. And I think most people would be better off just being single. Because here's the thing. If I'm trying to teach people that being married and dating and doing this and giving you all these good key points, but your mindset is not focused on that, then I'm wasting my energy and I'm wasting my time. And over the years, I've been trying my best to be an example of people like, hey, start a family, have a wife, be a husband, provider, all those good things that I feel is necessary for civilization. At the same time, in today's culture, it's like I'm wasting my time. It's like people don't want to be happy. I don't think people want to be happy in today's day. People want to be alone. And I like being alone in terms of not interacting with people, not having no friends. It helps my peace. It helps with my solitude, and it keeps me energized. My energy levels are normally high. When I'm around everybody, it's like I feel drained. So for the most part, a lot of women, they have accomplished so much over the years in terms of getting their health right, their finances, their spiritual walk with God, if you want to talk about that, religion, and they establish themselves. They have their own place, they have their own house, property, car, you name it. So they've gotten accustomed to that lifestyle. They got accustomed to doing things their way. Likewise with a lot of men. A lot of men in today's culture, they are doing their own thing. They got their own job, their own car, they got their own place to stay. So it's like we built our own little worlds. So getting into a relationship, that disrupts your peace in today's culture. Because back in the day, we didn't have that. When I was coming up, I didn't have my own place and my girlfriend had her own place. We never had that. We were teenagers living with our mom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like We didn't have that like how it is today, where people have their own place doing their own thing. We never had that experience. We were pretty much living with our moms as teenagers, and then we got up there in our late teens. We were doing our thing. We was like, hey, you know what? We're gonna get married. Then once we did all of that stuff, we went and got our own place together. So our first experience of, living on our own was together. So we understood what it meant to be a team, what it meant to be together and work things out for the better. Not like today where a woman can have a nice house, a fancy luxury apartment, or whether you live in a low income environment, it doesn't really matter. As long as you have a place to stay, we weren't brought up like that. So to have your own environment where you're at peace, you don't got nobody to tell you what to do, when to come home. It's like you enjoy that peace. You enjoy your quiet time. So a lot of ladies are not trying to opt out of their position in life to be with a man, nor are people trying to let anybody come live with them. That's a whole nother ball game. Most women in today's day are not letting a man come live with them at their house. They're just not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're the one paying all the bills, you're doing all of this work. You're not going to let some man come in there and live with you. You're not going to do it. So when you factor in all of that today, it is better for people to pretty much just remain single and do their thing. Dating is dead. Dating is completely dead. I thought that by doing content that will kind of encourage people to, settle down, find somebody that's decent, I thought that that would be the best approach. And I realized I'm wasting my time. And I apologize. I apologize because I've been putting out the wrong content. I thought that trying to help people and inspire people to build relationships, to get married, to start a family. I thought it was good content. I thought that was like the way in which people would want to go. And I'm learning from viewers that that is not what they want. They want to be single. So my content is going to literally be about this particular issue. I feel that based on what's happening, based on the stats, based on what's going on in society, it is better for you to just be single. But now here's the problem. People are still having babies, which is kind of confusing. Everybody want to be single, but babies are still being born. So it's like, it's really confusing. What are we looking for? We don't want marriage. We don't want to be together, but we're having children. Make it make sense. So what does it really mean to be single? You know what I'm saying? Are people single but still sexually active, or are people making the choice to be single and not be sexual? Like, we got to define what being single is all about, because if you're single but you're still sexually active with somebody, you're not single. You got somebody that you're with. So I think that what we're seeing in today's day is that people are technically not single. They want the freedom to just be with whoever they want to be with, low key. I think that is the culture of today. I think that in 2026, the culture of dating have shifted into a new realm where people just want to deal with more than one person, low key, with no real commitment. In other words, let's say, for example, I make a topic and I'm talking about a man having more than one wife in terms of practicing polygyny. Women will get upset with me. And I'm saying to myself, why would they get upset with me if they're not interested in dating and they're not interested in being a wife and they don't even care about none of this stuff and they want to be single? Why does that bother them? What I'm getting from all the data that's coming in is that they care about what I'm saying because they want to know that whoever they're dating don't have anybody else, meaning they want to be out there, I guess, dating different guys, doing what they do, living their best life, but they're expecting that the men that they're dating are not interacting with other women. In other words, they want to have their cake and eat it too, so to speak. Likewise with a lot of men. A lot of men, I could talk about the topics of men having more than one wife. They'll protest against that as if though they're monogamous, but low key, these very same guys are messing around with different women on the side. And it becomes problematic because it's like what is everybody doing? It's like you don't want to be committed. So I think that the conversation needs to lean towards the idea that as a people in 2026, we technically don't want to be in a committed relationship. I think that that needs to be the narrative now. It's not that dating sucks or, it's just all bad. We need to just throw it all away. Dating is dead because it used to be something that leads towards a long-term relationship or marriage. Now, dating is just typically casual hookups to sleep around. So I think that as adults, we need to be honest about what we want. If you're a woman and you just want sex, I think that you need to just be honest with whatever man you talking to and just be honest with yourself, because let's just face it, you're not trying to become a wife, you're not trying to have kids, you're not trying to do anything. You just want to just kick it with somebody and do what it do. I think that people just need to be honest about what they want. I think that as a man, if you know you're not trying to marry this woman, you need to just tell her what it is and just keep it popping. You know what I mean? Because dating is dead. And that's going to be my new content. My new content is speaking against dating, speaking against marriage, because I realize that the world don't want it. And I'm wasting my energy and my time talking about it. I'm literally wasting my energy and my time trying to encourage people to go down the path that I went. And the reason why I feel that a lot of people are not going down that path is because you weren't raised in that time. So it's not for you. And if it's not for you, then you got to find out what works for you. And to be honest, with everybody just choosing to be single, we know that no families are going to be born. We know that there's not going to be no wedding bells. And here's the thing. If you're not interested in these particular things in terms of marriage and dating anymore, then you shouldn't have any high expectations about what a woman should be doing or what a man should be doing. So all bets are off the table at this point, because it's like, okay, if you're a man and you're dating a woman or you're kicking it with a woman, you just got to assume she probably got another man somewhere on the side. And likewise, if you're a woman and you're talking to a man, you got to assume, hey, if I'm kicking it with him, there's a possibility he got a woman over here too. So it's like, it's just one big mess. Dating is dead. I feel that most of you are just better off being single because you've been practicing being single. You've been practicing being alone. You built your own world, and you're not about to leave that world to get with a man and ruin what you already built. Think about this, ladies. You have a house. You're paying for your house. You don't own it yet. You might have purchased a house, but you're still paying that bank off, which means you don't own the house yet. But you are in the process of building. You got a house. You're doing this. You're doing all these different things. You meet a man. All of a sudden, he's telling you he wants you to come live with him. You're like, look, I got a whole house I'm paying for. I'm not about to do all of that. So it makes it more complicated and difficult. Like I said, when I met my wife, we were teenagers. It ain't like today where people went out there and established their own selves, and now they're trying to find love, and it was not like that. We met as young teenagers. We did our thing, and we end up getting married, and we're still together till this day with 4 daughters. So at the end of the day, I made the right decision back in the day to make that move. And even till this day, my mindset is focused on building family and legacy. If I'm talking to a woman in today's day, my mind is focused on longevity, family-orientated man, doing what he's supposed to do. But if the woman come to the table and she's not thinking on the level that I'm at, it's not going to work. Not because I'm a bad guy. It's because she is not on that level of maturity. So it's not going to work. Not because of something I did. You know what I mean? So I don't understand why in today's culture, being that most people don't want to be married, don't want to build nothing, why is it that, they choose to ignore sound advice and sound information that I may even give to them via social media. I don't understand why it's so difficult for them to make these decisions. Dating is dead because people killed it. Too much access, social media ruined dating. No one trusts anyone anymore. It's just one big mess. Marriage sucks. Everybody that's getting married in today's day end in divorce. It's just so bad right now. You're better off just being single. So what we're going to be doing and focusing on is a lot of content dealing with dating and marriage and speaking on these issues, because there might be some of you that probably still want to get married. You probably still want to build a family. But for the most part, most people don't. And most of you ladies are better off just not being wives, because look at what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? A lot of ladies are dating random men. They're sleeping around. They're doing this. And, I don't know your personal business, but you do. You know what you do. I don't want to hear that everybody that watch my videos is not having sex. They're not doing nothing. I don't want to hear that. You're adults. You are adults and you're making choices. So if you're out here and you know what you're doing, you need to be honest and not procrastinate any longer and just do what you need to do in terms of whatever relationship situationship you got going. Because as far as I'm concerned, dating is dead. People are not trying to marry anybody anymore. And I'm not going to waste my time trying to influence anybody into something that you don't want to be in. Nor am I going to try to put some sort of morals and values on you to, be something that you're not. Me personally, I'm built to be a husband. I understand what it means to be a husband. I have years of experience in this. So even though I try to impart wisdom into the viewer and teach them these values, it's just not working, guys. It's just not working. And it's not because I don't know what I'm talking about. Most people just don't want that lifestyle. So I'm not going to force that on you. If you're a young man and you're in this world today and you're navigating the system, you are literally living in a time where dating is dead. You're literally living in a time where marriage is a thing of the past. Like, nobody's getting married anymore in today's day. And I feel sorry for a lot of you, because you're going to have to make these decisions on your own. But I'm not going to be wasting energy speaking on topics that nobody's listening to. It's very draining to try to talk to people about topics that they're just not into. And the sad part about it, guys, is that you watch me. And if you know you're not interested in being a wife, if you know you're not interested in being a husband, why don't you just let me know so I can talk about something that's meaningful? Because talking to people, especially adults, about being husbands, being wives, but yet you don't want to do that, I'm wasting my energy. And I'm all about my solitude, my peace, and my energy. I'm not going to waste time talking about something, and I'm not going nowhere with the topics, because I have too much wisdom, and all the wisdom and the gems that I'll be sharing, if it's not resonating with you, the viewer, I'm wasting my energy. So dating is dead. Marriage is dead. So what are we going to do now? Now that you know dating is dead, marriage is dead, what's next? What's next for you? Because the majority of people will be single for the rest of their natural lives. But we know that in the midst of your singlehood, you're going to be hooking up with someone. So now that is going to be the topics now. The hookup culture in full motion. That's what we're going to be talking about. How to hook up, how to be safe, how to navigate. Those are going to be the topics that we're going to be talking about. The topics that you're interested in, because that's what you're doing. You're not walking down the aisle to be a wife. You're not walking down the aisle to be a husband. You're not interested in long term. Most people in today's day don't even have successful relationships at all. They get with somebody, they make up, break up, and then you have these kids out of wedlock situations. It's just one big mess. And it's all because of social media. Before social media, we were able to interact with one another. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why a lot of people are struggling when it comes to dating and relationships in today's day, is because of social media. Before social media, you had to interact with a woman. You had to interact with a young man. You had to go out. You had to do things. We did things that were fun. We interacted. We had conversations. We hung out in the park. We talked for hours. These are the things that we done back in the day. In today's day, nobody talks with one another. People are always on the internet, always texting, always in the DMs. Nobody's really having no real life interactions. So consequently, people don't even know each other no more. You have a lot of women that are dating men on social media and never met in the real world. They've been dating for 3 months on social media. Makes no sense. You're not even in the real world seeing one another, But anyway, guys, we'll keep the video short. I'll be back with more content, more videos. We're going to literally go to town on these particular issues. So rate, comment, and subscribe, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.